Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. I see a little green bar down there, and that tells me that it's probably recording. All right. So, hi everyone. All of you out there. My name is Floral, and as you may not know, I've been living under a rock. Yeah. And so I've missed a lot of, cultural cultural phenomena. And, I've been fairly isolated. Don't know if it's obvious or not. Uh, anyway, so, I've been told by a few people I need to watch this thing called Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars. And so without much further ado, we're gonna watch Wait a minute. Am I seeing this? Star Wars starts at episode 4. Episode 4. Are you kidding me? This doesn't make sense. Alright, anyway, so the logical thing to do is obviously for us to start at episode 1. And so that's what we're going to do. We're gonna start at episode 1. And anyway, before we really begin, I want to let you know that right down there below you, maybe right over here, there's a red subscribe button, and apparently you're supposed to do something with it. You're all adults, probably. I mean, you might be 12, you might be 8, but anyway, you can click whatever button you want, okay? Okay! Alright. The movie that starts it all. Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. Based on the title, I'm going to predict what happens in this movie. Well, first, I think there's a ghost. And that ghost, it is in space. And it causes a bunch of problems for those people who live in space. It has something to do with gigantic space battles. Makes sense. Battles in space. Star Wars. Battles in space. Okay, anyway, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna start reading it. Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. What? This doesn't even make sense. What am I reading? Alright, taxation. What the fraggle? Is this a politics movie? No wonder there's 4. There's taxes. Nobody likes taxes. I hate taxes. Battleships. Okay, greedy trade federation. Wait, okay, so I got 2 sides. A greedy side, and that the federation is, and the galactic side that wants to tax everyone, so the greedy people are fighting each other. Got it. We got Nazis. We got communists. It's the Eastern Front in space. Let's keep going. Holy crap, I thought this was a movie. All I'm getting is this annoying visual of a book. While Congress endlessly that's endlessly goes on, the Supreme Chancellor, wait, like Hitler? He sends 2 Jedi, is that how you said it? Jedi Knights, Guardians of Peace, and just, oh sheesh. Alright. Right off the hop, here's my initial thoughts based on this freaking book. Hitler is taxing a ton of people. He's taxing everyone. And he's got his SS of sorts, and they're gonna go in and tell the other greedy people to do what he wants them to do, and that's obviously kind of what he wants to have happen. He's like, give me all the money, I want all the money, yes, give me the money, I love the money, just like we all want the money. You want the money. No? Alright, I see an A and an X and a C. My vision is great. Alright, so obviously, via the magic of editing, I'll watch, yes, me, myself, I'll watch and I'll show you my reactions to things. Obviously, the bloated Disney beast will not allow me to stream this whole thing. See you in a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're on a ship, and I have a question. Is that a boy or a girl? What is the answer? Boy or girl? Anyone? Oh, a robot greeting two mysterious figures. Oh, I get it. They're supposed to be the Yeti Knights, the SS guys. I get it. That robot that we see, yeah. This one, right here. Yeah, this one, it definitely doesn't fit the aesthetic of the bad guys. It kind of feels out of place. I don't know why that would be, but it does feel out of place. Oh, they're called Yoda. Sorry. Jedi. Not Jedi. Silly me. I'm. These Jedi are very, all about feelings. Why are they so into feelings? How are your fifis? You okay? These guys are weak. Real men don't talk about their feelings. Not like that. They just need to hit each other, smack on the shoulder. Something's up. Punch. In the jaw, you messed up. Something on your chest, flick your nose. I think these guys are gay. Jedi have laser swords. That's so cool. Oh, they have gay haircuts, but man, they have laser swords that refract laser bullets. And they burn through doors like blow torches. That's so cool. These are some pesky SS members, I'm telling you right now. Jedis have super speed? That's so cool! Wow, that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to them using later. It's cool that they're establishing Jedis have superhero abilities. Laser sword fighting skills, super speed. They don't need a therapist as they talk about their feelings so openly. Wait a minute. Trade Federation is part of the Senate? So this isn't about Nazis and communists, but there's a menacing ghost somewhere. Where's the ghost? This queen is a woman of resolve, a woman of character. She won't make a rash decision and hurt her people. She's strong. Yes, she's strong. Okay, I'll bite. You seem like you're trying to be putting on a deep voice, though. Seems like something some would consider to be unnatural. Or, and hear me out here, what if she's a puppet? That's why her voice doesn't really make sense to what we're saying. Okay, so a moment to recalibrate, if you will. The movie Star Wars, it is about stars and not just political discourse. I mean, there's an invading army, guys with laser swords. Okay, they had me concerned with all these talks about meetings and negotiations and stuff, which is just really annoying. However, so many feelings. How did they get split up? Especially that way. And why can't they just hang out? Like, the whole scene doesn't make sense, you know? What does make sense? This alien guy, I like him. He's funny and reluctantly helpful. He's so selfless. He's a little bit of a moron, but a good-hearted moron. Question. These guys were just in space, okay? They were just in space, and for negotiations. They came equipped with high-tech underwater oxygenator things. Don't those oxygenators work in space? Either the plot needed these things to be there, these tools will randomly appear, or the Jedis really are prepared like spies. Oh, they are like the SS, so my comparison isn't totally dead yet. Yeah. But another question. They were running from a droid army at normal running speed. Can someone please explain to me why they didn't use their super speed to get away? And how did they get separated? This doesn't make sense. Do they have a recharge bar? I'm confused. Wait, did he just make that Gungan boss bot guy think that and say something by waving his fingers? So, Jedi recap. Jedi can run fast, sometimes, make people do what they want, sometimes, have laser swords, have gay haircuts, and have zero need for a therapist. But they don't always run fast when they need to, and they come prepared to go swimming in space. Ooh, creepy hooded figure talking to the bad guys. Wait, yeah, okay, so Jedi are supposed to be good guys, so my SS comparison is kind of bad, I guess. Well, anyway, so I think I'm supposed to be on their team, unless you think the Secret Police is a good thing, then I guess you want the SS comparison, I guess. Jedi know pressure points on aliens they've never encountered. Or he can make someone fall asleep. And add that to the list of superhero abilities. Now wait, is that a win or is that a sin? Wait. That's supposed to be the same chick, Queen, as before? Sure, she has the same face paint, but she's got a different face and a different voice. She's a completely different person. My guess is this was a reshoot and they couldn't get the actress to do the gig. She probably said she had an allergic reaction to the face paint or something. There's no way a movie like this of prominence would rely on cheap subversion tactics that would only fool a child. Am I right or am I right? Good thing humans can use robot guns. Excuse me. But that's mighty convenient. You'd think these robots would make sure their weapons would be kind of proprietary and can't be utilized by creatures with thumbs or something to keep things like this from happening. But whatever, keep going, plot. See, okay, so that chick on the right, she's the queen. Maybe it wasn't a reshoot. So maybe it is truly the subversion in a war movie. Very clever. Okay, Darth Maul looks cool. Hooded guy, all cloaked or whatever. Meh, but he's Maul. He's cool and actually intimidating. Ah! There's a Trade Federation droid on this planet! Wait a minute, I think... Did he get graffitied? He got graffitied! So apparently the Trade Federation doesn't have friends on this planet, but still they have a presence and are bullied. Okay, so that kid is a huge flirt, going for an older woman, cougar hunter at that age. She's like, what, 22? He's what, 10? Maybe. Sorry, kid, your game ain't that good. At least wait for puberty to set in. But in your dreams, is this ever gonna happen? Federation running it. Danger, well, Robin said, danger, danger. It's right there. How is no one ever reacting negatively or so nonchalant in this clearly established Trade Federation droid type? What the Friggle Rock is going on here? Wait, no. Don't tell me they had that droid type on a ship run by a totally different set of droids. No wonder they didn't fit the aesthetics. That droid isn't specifically used by the Trade Federation, which specifically uses droids, but don't use their own droids, and they come when they found droids on missions. That was a poor choice of droid for that opening scene. I know this isn't the first technical film in the franchise. I hope this wasn't intended to be some tropey callback to an original movie that's totally out of place. Hopefully, there's not more of that nonsense that I pick up on. Oh, he tried to use his wavy hand thing and fails. Sucker. Okay, something apparently can't be mind controlled. That would be a new limitation to the Jedi superhero abilities thing. Alright, so wait. So the good guys don't send a message, so they can't be traced. But they were traced because they received this message from Naboo. Questions. How do the good guys not know they can't be traced when receiving a transmission? And how did the bad guys do it if they can't be traced if they don't send out a message? They literally contradict each other within a matter of literally 2 minutes. Maybe I'm missing something, but this doesn't really seem to add up. Just roll the film. Okay, kid knows about Jedi, and he's working for a guy who has a Trade Federation droids in his shop, or should I say Trope Federation droid, and the kid's building a Trope Federation droid. This kid seems to know far more than he should. Does his mother not give him boundaries? I mean, bad parenting, come on! And here's another thing. How does his mom seriously understand that he is meant to help them? Help them! What? That's a random claim. I mean, it's a good gesture, and yeah, they kind of well established there's no other way forward, but come on! Come on! He was meant to help you. Whatever. There was no father. What's with this kid's mom? Does she think this kid is Space Jesus or something? Like, he's going to save everyone? I am not impressed. And what's this force? The force? Is the force supposed to be something that's not explained, like, at all? If I didn't know any better, I feel like if you saw episodes 4 to 6, you'd actually be more informed by watching, or by them watching these than you would be informed these informing them. Can I be honest and say I feel like there's a hint of bad storytelling between episodes 4 and 6 down to episodes 1 to probably 3. You tell me. Does that girl have braces? And wait, does the redhead kid want to play ball? I guess the slaves on this planet got money to fix their kids' teeth with a good dentist, and or something. And slaves need dental too, I guess. But they're slaves. Like what? The kid, there's child labor, and yet they get dental. Like none of this makes sense. Can we just acknowledge here that Qui-Gon is a creep? He pricked a kid with a needle to check his blood without anyone's permission. Okay, so midichlorians. I'm thinking that this is probably really significant, as if it's something that we should all know and understand to be relevant and real and informing the future. Or was this some attempt to develop the Force that we're now learning about? I wonder what level Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's are. And who is this Master Yoda? Chance cube. And then Qui-Gon uses his Force thing to make it so if Anakin wins, then Anakin's free. Okay, so he can move objects with his mind or his fingers or something. And Qui-Gon can move really fast, talk about his feelings, use a laser sword, make people do what he says, and then he waves his hands and have gadgets for every occasion, like breathing underwater when traveling through space and being able to transfer blood sample data to a ship that can read midichlorian levels, which is obviously a normalized thing in this universe, right? Everyone cares about these midichlorians, obviously. And he also stated that not long ago, Jedi can see things before they happen. And Qui-Gon has a gambling addiction. Okay, I feel like this pod race thing would make a really cool video game. Yeah, because I mean, the last time I played a video game was like Ninja Turtles on the PlayStation. PlayStation. What? Nintendo. That was the Nintendo. That was the. Yeah. Anyway, relevant. Okay, one dumb thing though is how is this audience even watching what's going on? Like, how would a camera follow it consistently from that distance between all the rocks and they don't see any flying droids in any of the other shots to see how are they watching? Is it all satellites in space? Are they all watching us from up there? Or is it that there's like actual drones flying around? I mean, there's drones everywhere in this universe, but no one is seeing any of these camera drones so that people can watch on their tablet things. That's kind of cool though that George Lucas saw tablets before they happened. Yeah. But I think it's very obvious that there's a first act and a second act, and we are now in definitively the second act. I just want to point something out here. He said, "Mom, I did it!" And his mouth doesn't line up with the words, nor his gigantic cheer. That's just really lazy editing and actually kind of annoying. Why didn't they get him to say what he said or something? Now, here's the thing. How is his mom okay with just giving up her miracle baby and her income source? What mom would just be this casual? I get his excitement. Like, I mean, he's going to be going with the Jedi guy. But that would break any mom's heart. That's just silly dialogue. I don't know what they should have done different, but something different was needed. It doesn't just sit well, like kind of like after you drink your own urine for the first time, especially fresh. It's somewhat easier to go down if you let it sit in a cold overnight. So I just heard about this thing called the Me Too moment, and Qui-Gon is making inappropriate touching, rubbing the mom's shoulder with his thumb. Talk about working with his feelings. Now, what the heck is with this camera angle from C3PO's perspective? That's not fitting to the rest of the movie at all. What the friggle rock? Also, what's with the editing in this whole portion? Right now, she's standing like 50 feet away from the door, and then there's 9 seconds later, she's back in front of the door, standing in the same position. Come on, editors, do your jobs. Come back and free you, Mom. Don't make promises you can't keep, boy. Now, that's one thing I learned from Under the Rock. I promised I never let a snake get in, and then this one winter I had this entire brood get in, like 100 got in, and then because I was scared I peed myself, and then because the pee was warm, giving up all that precious liquid that I needed to save for later, but it was warm, and so the snakes, they would get even warm closer, and they're like, ooh, it's warm, and so they're coming nice and close, and they would crawl up everywhere. It was really uncomfortable. Why isn't Obi-Wan more bothered? Darth Maul, guy with a laser sword, he doesn't even know who he is, starts attacking him, and he's really casual about it. That doesn't even make sense. Random dude, laser sword, come on. And now we got them doing super jumps. Add that to the list of superhero abilities. Why hasn't he used super speed yet for anything that they've done? I guess still no one got the memo that these messages they receive can be traced. Can we just point out how creepy it is that Jar Jar thinks the Queen is nice and hot? And he's telling this to a kid. The kid that already thinks that she's gonna go for him. At least we know he has no filter at this point, so consistency, I guess. Costume change for Amidala. And she's back, so Queen is back to being Padme. So Queen Amidala is Padme. So she shall henceforth be called Padmadala. By me, from now on. He just said he didn't know what it was. Now he's saying it's a Sith Lord. What the heck is a Sith Lord? Those letters spell something, and it ain't Sith. Oh, and there's that guy from Die Hard 2. I loved that movie. It's been so long since I saw it. Yep. Oh, it's Yoda. Now I know who he is. This little green guy that is supposed to be high in midichlorian levels. Or midichlorians only high in little things. The kid's little, Yoda's little. So does that mean that kids are stronger in theory than the adults? I just... Ugh. How do midichlorians work? But we see that the Force has a will. So midichlorians have a will, I guess. I don't know. And midichlorians, though, are how it's made manifest in a person. So if he was conceived by midichlorians, it would stand to presume that his mom has the Force too. No? What the heck? This doesn't make sense! So it's by this Force, I think, that these guys can do these superhero things. I don't really know. It's not being explained yet. Man, you have to make a lot of assumptions in this movie, like what these things are. He came to say goodbye to Padmadana. Well, you did, kid. You did. And she didn't care because she's a cold-hearted woman. She only acts like she cares when she's not wearing makeup. Sounds like a woman. Either that or her character is just inconsistent. She gives no hint of emotion with a mask on. So yeah. Dumb. Okay, so Yoda reprimands this little kid. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Well, that's true. I feared being alone, and then I was. And then I was angry because I was alone, and I hated. I hated I had no one to talk to because I realized I had no one, and I suffered, and then I just killed everyone. No, actually, then I was set free. What are midichlorians? Well, now I know they're microscopic living organisms that all living cells have, and there's a symbiotic relationship between people and midichlorians. So his mom had the Force, guys. His mom had the Force. That explains it all. Which then means that since they're all living organisms, everyone has them. So obviously a person can have more or less midichlorians, and that determines a person's ability to use the Force and understand the Force and its will. I'm sure this will be addressed more, though, in future film. And then Qui-Gon. Okay, so Qui-Gon sets the whole conversation up saying he can't train Anakin. And then tells Anakin with time and training, he'll understand. Who's going to train him, may I ask? We do not see who will train him. No one's allowed to train him, and yet he's being told he will be trained. This all makes complete and obvious sense. By the way, if you didn't know, that creepy guy in the robe, yeah, he is very obviously the guy that was elected Supreme Chancellor. Senator Palpatine. Spoiler, you're welcome. By the way, Jar Jar, he's like the linchpin in this entire story. Have you not noticed that? Without him, it actually doesn't move forward. You can't get anywhere in the story without Jar Jar. You can remove Obi-Wan, and he doesn't matter. But then Qui-Gon, now here in this scene, he's saying he can't use the power to help her, though he's totally, obviously, trying to use his powers to help her up to this point. Inconsistency! And wait, Queen swap again. Padmadala reveals herself. How does nobody realize this? They're all around her and have been for days in space. Very tight quarters. So dumb, so dumb. The trickery might fool people you never talk to or see, but she's traveled to Tatooine, to Crescent, French word, back to Naboo, multiple days and interactions, and no one noticed this swap? Bunch of fools. How did the Jedis not know this? Should they realize this? They're not infants. They can see, sense feelings, and are in touch with their own, and surely they should have noticed something. Obviously, Anakin didn't realize it. He's a kid, and Jar Jar is a moron. Alright, so Padme Amidala shares her plan with the Jedi Knights that she probably didn't make. Big battle begins to face off Gungans versus droids. But here's the thing. Why are they just shooting as they walk through the middle of the room without cover? I mean, really. Think about it. They're gonna die. They're all gonna die. Wow. This Lord Maul guy, he uses a staff laser sword. That's so cool. Convenient, he doesn't use his super speed to just slice and dice those people right in front of him. He was trained in the Jedi arts, right? So he would have super speed in theory? I don't know. Couple things. How big is Anakin's head that he could fit a grown man's helmet onto himself? But also, what kind of pilot would leave their helmet for space inside their ship like that? That doesn't happen in any scenario. I think he should personally look a little more dorky for more realism. But that might just be me. So Maul can use the Force to throw things. I hope we see some super speed slicing dicing action here. I mean, it's been established that they can do it. They've used every other Force ability multiple times. And here we see them doing their super jumps again. Like Super Mario. But here's my question. Why has Queen Amidala, Padme Amidala, changed her voice so many times? She goes back and forth between a normal voice, between a deeper voice. It just doesn't make sense. Alright, now Padme Amidala and her friend are standing by a window. He looks over and shoots out a window. They run across the hallway, being shot at, to then go up to a few floors with some pretty impressive, evenly spaced shots with their little grapple ascension guns. Why not just go through the window closest to them and do the exact same thing without risking the queen, the fighters, everyone? That just didn't make sense. It looked cool, but it was totally useless. Red energy shield doors. They're not really a good security feature, but also, why didn't Obi-Wan use his super speed? They established he could do this at the very beginning of the movie. They established he could do this at the very beginning. Super speed, run fast, go. Why are you not running like... You're running like a normal person when you can just use the Force. You are not ready to do the trials. You're dumb. Yeah. And it's all your fault that Qui-Gon's dead. You could have used your super speed, but you chose to just not. Did your fear lead you to anger? I guess we'll find out. I saw the fear in your eyes when Maul and Qui-Gon were fighting. You... Obi-Wan, you're a coward. Coward. And because you're a coward, the fear, it's leading you to the dark side of the Force. You were scared. And everyone knows. Here's the thing. Lord Maul, being your better, he knows how to use all his Force abilities. He may not know how to have super speed, but he consistently throws things at the right moment. Including you. Obi-Wan, you're a terrible Jedi. I hope they fire you. Well, good thing there's a training montage of Anakin learning everything. He may be very natural, or very naturally familiar, but he learns everything from people. They all teach him. He learned how to fly a ship. He had to learn how to establish a story, that he had to get better at pod racing, and now he's just clicking things and flicking switches and gets lucky in a starfighter. That's a good deal. Could you imagine Star Wars making a character in their movie where they just know how to do anything at all times without any credible or at least consistent understanding as to how or why they're good at the thing? I know I can't. And at the age of 10, that kid killed at least 20 people and is celebrated for it. Enjoy mass murder, child. Hopefully that's not your future. Never mind destroying billions of dollars in droids and equipment, a giant mothership. Wait. Was that blood splatter? And that mist of blood doesn't get on Obi-Wan at all. Skills. And Lord Maul is cut in half. I guess there's no coming back from that, am I right? Now Qui-Gon is making Obi-Wan do his dirty work that the bosses told him not to do. As his dying wish. Come on, they said no. Honor your bosses. Honor them. Honor the Jedi Knights or Masters or whatever they're called. Anakin was just told by the obviously bad guy that he's going to be watching him. That's obviously not going to have any negative connotations. Or implications. What's the word there? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I see a black Jedi that's there that's clearly not Samuel Jackson. Is that going to be Samuel Jackson? Nope. Just going straight to Yoda. Okay, so that's it. Like, not you're wrongfully promised something you couldn't do. Not, we will let you near the boy. Come on, you serious? It should be you're fired. Not, there's a promotion and here's a new apprentice. It shouldn't be that at all. And Samuel Jackson is here. Go back 2 minutes ago to 2 hours and 6 minutes and 5 seconds. That's definitely not Samuel Jackson. So either there are 2 black guys from the Jedi Council or they just used a stunt double or something more nefarious. They didn't want to pay Samuel for his performance walking off of a CGI ship. And then they ominously focus on the new Supreme Chancellor. When they question whether they killed the Master or the apprentice of the Sith. So obviously, he is the bad guy. Not so subtle there, are ya, movie? Then there's a big party scene, and they give a Tesla ball to Boss Nass. How is that thing even powered? Doesn't even make sense. And then it's the end, basically. All right, so I give this movie like a 7 out of 10, I guess. I don't know if it's even worth giving like a 7 out of 10 to. I'm really actually just disappointed with some of this, but truly, I think it's actually a genuinely good attempt at a film. I mean, I haven't seen the other movies yet, but I'm going to, and hopefully you'll enjoy my future reviews. And then after I watch them all, I'll give you a grand summary of my thoughts of all of the movies, how it all works together and moves together. Yeah. Moves together. Moves together. Anyway, my name is Floral. And this was a review of Star Wars: Phantom Menace. Have a great day. Goodbye.